Hello, Avengers. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Last हम जो कर रहे थे, it is raining outside with heavy wind. Electricity closed, power cut. Yeah, anyway. Last we were trying to interpret our clusters. So were you able to interpret them? क्या आप कर पाइए? Can you interpret these things?
So why it's negative average? Like just because of scaling?
It is because of scaling. We have taken z scores. No, z scores can be negative.
Okay.
So yeah, we are not worried about it. We are worried about clusters, how the clusters are behaving, because anyway they are distances. Good thing is they are distances on the same scale. Yes or no? Initially मुझे नहीं पता कि उन्होंने कौन सी लेंथ इंचेस में दी है, mm में दी है, सेंटीमीटर में दी है. निकाल.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, मेरे को सर किसी से पूछना है कि सर की आवाज ग्लिच आ रही है क्या किसी की? ये साफ आ रही है?
पहले तब तो सही है.
तो हाँ, पहले तो वही बताओ. माय ऑडियो क्लियर? तो आगे बात कर.
ठीक.
अब सही है सर.
ओके फाइन. Mapping based on color and size. Not only color and size, we have taken into account x-axis, y-axis. Now that is our problem. Remember, n-dimensional geometry I cannot create, I cannot imagine, I cannot see. So I am leveraging color and size rather than dimensions to visualize things. And what do we visualize? कुछ देख पा रहे हो आप? Maybe I can add another layer. This is ggplot, this and that. Geom point was another layer, and maybe I can add another layer. Let's call it geom level, and in geom level maybe I can choose. चलो छोड़ो कुछ और देखें. But फिलहाल we were able to see these three things. Can we clearly see our attributes differently? देख सकते हैं ना? If I am to see attributes, we see when we, if I check average sepal length, this cluster, this is having lowest sepal length on an average. But if I see sepal width, it is having highest sepal width. बाकी सबसे डिफरेंस है, क्लियर कट डिफरेंस है. सेपल विड्थ वाइज डिफरेंस है, सेपल लेंथ वाइज डिफरेंस है तीनों में. इफ आई सी कलर्स, वेरी डिस्टिंक्ट कलर, you know, highest petal width, very light blue. So lighter the shade, higher the number. तो सबसे ज्यादा petal width इन लोगों की होती है. They are in between somewhere, a darker shade of blue, and this is almost black. Very lower petal width, बहुत कम petal width होती है. When it comes to size, this is tiny, यानी petal length भी बहुत कम होती है. They are okay, differences there, somewhat comparable, but yes, even then there is difference. So these are different characteristics on the basis of sepal length, petal length between these three clusters. Okay, remember what we are trying to do? We were trying to interpret the cluster behavior. So I get that, I can recognize that. Okay, it is the first time, so interpretation आप लोगों को एकदम से नहीं आया होगा, बट ऐसा कुछ करके देखा था आपने पाइथन में? कैसा इंटरप्रेट करते थे आप अपने क्लस्टर्स को? हाउ दे आर बिहेविंग डिफरेंटली? दैट वाज समथिंग इम्पोर्टेंट. ये तो पता होना चाहिए ना कि डिफरेंस ऑफ बिहेवियर है कहाँ. Yes, no, maybe. What do you speak यार, प्लीज बोला करो जल्दी जल्दी. Are you getting it or is it confusing? कॉम्प्लेक्स हो गया है कुछ? I know that थोड़ा सा I'm going into some tips and tricks.
सर क्वेश्चन है कि जो ग्राफ हम लोग देख रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली, तो जो 3 पॉइंट्स है तो इसी के अराउंड ही सारे डाटा पॉइंट्स होंगे हमारे पे, अगर मैं विजुअलाइज करना चाहता हूँ तो.
भाई क्लस्टर ही 3 बनाया ना आपने.
तो हाँ, मतलब जैसे कि 3 बने तो इन तीनों के अराउंड ही मतलब होंगे वो जितने भी हमारे डाटा पॉइंट्स थे.
ओके, ठीक है, गॉट योर क्वेश्चन. एनीबॉडी एल्स? गुड गुड, दैट क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग अप. और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन? ना, नथिंग. दोबारा देखते हैं. लेट्स सी अगेन व्हाट वी वर ट्राइंग टू डू. वी क्रिएटेड 3 क्लस्टर्स, यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep it with you that we created 3 clusters. For some reason I created 3 clusters, not 5, not 4, not 2, 3. Somehow I felt that 3 would be reasonable. वो भी देखेंगे क्यों. So now my idea is, let's see, I have created 3 clusters. It has assigned them all the observations which cluster they lie in. So in one way or the other, in some way they have something similarity. In their attributes, they must be having some similarity. I want to see what is that similarity. So I am saying group by this data frame according to cluster now. पहले तो मैंने क्या किया? I created the column cluster in this data frame and I assigned those clusters. So each row will be assigned to that cluster now. So I have all the information in DF, data frame. Now I'm saying group by this data frame according to the categories of clusters. So it will divide that data frame into cluster 1, 2, 3. And what is the summaries which I want? I want to see average sepal length and width, average petal length and width, the mean value.
तो पहले वाले क्लस्टर में डिस्टेंस कंसिडर किया तो यहाँ पे हम लोग अपना मतलब बिहेवियर हिसाब से हम तो एवरेज चेक कर रहे हैं.
हाँ अभी देखो मैं तो पहले कह रहा हूँ कि एवरेज क्यों देख रहे हो. गो अहेड, हिट एंड ट्राई. मीन देखो, मीडियन देखो, टोटल देखो, नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस देखो, वॉट एवर यू वांट टू डू. बट आई थिंक मीन इज वन रीजनेबल थिंग.
ये सो ये भी
भाई हमारा आइडिया क्या था कि ये क्लस्टर्स डिफरेंट डिफरेंट क्लस्टर्स हैं. व्हेन दीज आर डिफरेंट क्लस्टर्स तो इनमें बिहेवियरल डिफरेंस होगा. बिहेवियरल डिफरेंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेपल लेंथ, पेटल लेंथ, सेपल वेट, क्या डिफरेंस होगा? आई थिंक देयर एवरेजेस विल बी डिफरेंट. ऑन एंड एवरेज दे विल बी डिफरेंट. तो इसलिए हमने एवरेज ले लिया. मैं एवरेज देखने लगा. एवरेज देखता हूँ तो क्या मेरा काम हुआ? देखो हुआ तो सही. अगर मैं टेबुलर फॉर्म में देखूँ, अगर ये जी स्कोर्स नहीं होते तो शायद टेबुलर फॉर्म में देख के कुछ समझ आता. बट दे आर जी स्कोर्स ऑलरेडी. So I came down to visualization. When I visualize, don't I see differences? Yes or no?
यस.
Sepal length is horizontal distance. They are distant, quite distant from each other. तो difference तो है. Sepal width on y-axis, vertical distances, again differences हैं. Size में difference है, color में difference है. तो चारों चीज़ों में difference आ तो रहा है. वही देखना चाह रहे थे कि behavior difference कैसा कैसा है. Now it is not making practical sense because ये practical problem ही नहीं है. We are using iris dataset, but it was just to give a glimpse. प्रैक्टिकल क्या होगा वो भी देखते हैं. यहाँ तक ठीक है. अभी तक ठीक है. ये हमने इंटरप्रेट करने का कोशिश किया. मैं ये नहीं कर रहा हूँ वी आर सक्सेसफुल, वी हैव डन फैंटास्टिक जॉब, बट दिस इज समथिंग वी हैव बीन एबल टू डू. अब आगे चलते हैं. नाउ देयर इज द केबीसी क्वेश्चन. हाउ टू डिसाइड हाउ मैनी के, हाउ टू डिसाइड नंबर ऑफ सेंट्रॉइड्स. I decided 3 and I can see there is clear cut behavior difference. हाँ जी. पाइथन में कैसा डिसाइड करते थे आपके? How you used to decide k in Python? जब पाइथन में k मीन्स किया था, how did you decide? एल्बो मेथड. और क्या होता था वो एल्बो मेथड? What was the elbow method? Hmm?
The square of distances of data point from a centroid, जो ग्रुप बनते हैं and then उनके डिस्टेंस डेटा पॉइंट से उन्हीं का ग्राफ स्क्वायर ऑफ
Anybody else? What used to be the elbow method?
तो लाइक डिफरेंट के वैल्यूज से हम चेक करते थे कि लाइक एरर डिक्रीज हो रहा है या फिर एक्यूरेसी के टर्म्स में देखते थे इंक्रीज इसमें
Accuracy.
सडन
Accuracy कहाँ से आएगा?
सर समथिंग लाइक कि हम डिस्टेंस निकालेंगे डेटा पॉइंट और सेंट्रॉइड के बीच में, हर डेटा पॉइंट का सेंट्रॉइड के बीच में, फिर उनका स्क्वायर कर देंगे, एंड में सम हो जाएगा, जैसे विद इन क्लस्टर सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स। फिर जहाँ पे वो ड्रॉप होना स्टार्ट होगा देन वी चूज द की वैल्यू।
WCSS. What is that? WCSS is within cluster SS. देखो, अच्छा देखो, बताता हूँ। वापस आते हैं। Suppose I have this kind of geometry, लेकिन मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा. So I don't know whether I should create 3 clusters or 6 clusters or what. But what will happen? So the idea behind elbow method is, suppose these are 100 data points, और अगर मैं हर एक को एक क्लस्टर मान लूं, now what will happen? Each cluster will have some distance from other. In other words, each data point will be having some distance from all other points. This plus this plus this plus this plus this. That is being called as sum of squares, SS. Remember, वो तो linear regression में भी आया था, SS. अरे yes or no? वहाँ line से distance देख रहे थे, vertical distance. Here we are watching distance from each data point, Euclidean distance. Getting my point? If that be the case, that I am considering each data point as cluster, तो हर cluster में कितना distance होगा? So that becomes, that we are calling as TSS, or total sum of squares, TSS. मीन का जिक्र किया था किसी ने? Again get the intention right. दोबारा सोच लो. When I will build some clusters, what will I want? What will I want? That this cluster should be at highest distance possible from other two clusters. Yes or no? तभी ना आएगा behavioral difference. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I am checking, suppose इसका सेंट्रॉइड यहाँ पर था, दिस वॉज द सेंट्रॉइड, या अरे मैं क्यों ड्राइंग कर रहा हूँ यार, उसने बोला तो है मैं करके दूंगा। सपोज ऐसे 3 क्लस्टर हुए, so what will I want, that these 3 centroids should be at maximum distance possible. ये डिस्टेंस जितना ज़्यादा हो उतना अच्छा है। This distance is being called between SS, sum of squares between the clusters, across the clusters. So summing it up, this is distance 1, this is distance 2, this is distance 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, that becomes between SS in this case. यहाँ तक भी बात ठीक हुई? Now problem क्या होगा? This between SS will have a tendency to keep on increasing as number of clusters increase. For example, देखते रहना, अगर मैं 4 ले लिया तो कुछ ना कुछ तो हो ही जाएगा। Earlier is what distance 1, 2, 3. Now there are 4 distances. This, and this. There will be more than one, distance terms बढ़ गई हैं. So it will keep on increasing as number of clusters increase. But if I compare it with dot SS for each number of cluster, I will see how information is gaining. That is the idea behind elbow method. अभी देखते हैं करते कैसा। अभी आइडिया भी क्लियर हो जाएगा कि आइडिया क्या था और करते कैसा। I am using a loop for this. I am declaring a variable r. r में सिर्फ 0 होते हैं 20 टाइम्स। तो r में अभी क्या लिखा हुआ है 0 0 0 0 up to 20 times. r is a vector with 0. Now I am running a for loop for k in 1 to 20. It will run from 1, r is equal to 1, and it will go up to 20. So k means I am saying df, I am calling it cluster. I am just creating cluster of r centroids running on data frame df, and not data frame df but data frame df -5, because वहाँ पर आपने वो cluster ऐड कर दिया था ना अभी, तो I don't want that to hamper with my clustering. I only want sepal width, petal length, petal width. यही 4 चीज़ें चाहिए। So df -5, so only the 4 columns. I am saying center is equal to k, because k is varying in 1 to 20. So पहली बार में क्या होगा, कितने सेंट्रॉइड होंगे, सेंट्रॉइड एक ही होगा, यानी सारा डेटा को मैं मान रहा हूँ एक ही क्लस्टर है। 100 iterations allowed, n start 50, okay fine. And then I am saying कि जो भी क्या आ जाए, रेशो आ जाए बिटवीन एसएस और टोटल एसएस का, उसे सेव कर दो कहाँ पर, आर के kth इंडेक्स पे, यानी आर इज अ वेक्टर ऑफ 20 इंडेक्सेस, 20 टाइम्स 0 लिखा हुआ है ना, तो पहली वाली वैल्यू पे आ जाएगा। फॉर लूप यार, टिपिकल फॉर लूप, यू नो दिस थिंग। सेकंड आइटरेशन k will be 2, now there it will be for 2 clusters, and I will have ratio of between SS and dot SS. Third time it will be 3 clusters, then 4 clusters. So हर बार मैं various values of clusters ट्राई करते जा रहा हूँ। मेरे पास और कोई तरीका नहीं है, मुझे नहीं पता कौन सा बेस्ट नंबर होगा क्लस्टर्स का, वो तो मुझे डिसाइड करना है। सो आई एम चूजिंग क्लस्टर्स फ्रॉम 1 to 20। देखते हैं क्या होता है। आई रन दिस, और उसने 20 क्लस्टर्स लिए होंगे, और आर की कुछ वैल्यू आ गई होंगी। लेट्स प्रिंट आर, देखते हैं क्या लिखा है। एंड इट इज शोइंग द सेम वैल्यू। हाउ कम दिस इज हैपनिंग? अच्छा, now I try to print. This is coming as 1 point something into 10 to the power something. Let's see absolute values. Or maybe round it up. Up to 4 decimal places, not beyond that. तो ये दिखा रहा है R की वैल्यूज फॉर डिफरेंट नंबर ऑफ क्लस्टर्स। और R की वैल्यू क्या होती है? बिटवीन एसएस डिवाइडेड बाय डॉट एसएस। इफ आई प्लॉट दिस, आई एम ट्राइंग टू प्लॉट इज, आई एम कॉलिंग टाइप इज इक्वल टू ओ। ओ देख के अभी समझ आ जाएगा आपको किस चीज़ की बात कर रहा हूँ। टाइप इज इक्वल टू ओ करने से क्या होता है? प्लॉट आप लोगों ने देख रखा है जी, ये it will give a linear elbow and it will show a bullet, a dot on each value of R. What is this showing? That between SS में rise कितना कितना आता है as I keep on increasing number of clusters. Getting my point? What was the idea behind elbow method? I wanted to see how much between SS rises with number in clusters. Between SS मेरा इंटेंशन था जितना ज़्यादा हो उतना अच्छा है, but number of clusters जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा between SS tends to increase. So I am comparing it with dot SS. It can never be more than total SS. अरे yes or no? Number of clusters, number of data points से ज़्यादा तो हो नहीं सकते कभी भी। पाइथन में जो आप देते थे वो इसका रिवर्स देखते थे, उल्टा आता था थोड़ा सा, बिकॉज वहाँ पर बिटवीन एसएस नहीं, आप विद इन एसएस देख रहे हो। फंडा वहाँ भी सेम ही है। फंडा वहाँ भी सेम ही है। आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो दिस फंडामेंटल और नॉट, कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं। तो इवेंचुअली विद नंबर ऑफ, जैसे जैसे नंबर ऑफ क्लस्टर्स इंक्रीज होता जाएगा, इट विल टेंड टू 1 बिटवीन एसएस डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल एसएस, इट विल टेंड टू 1। बट वो 1 पहुंचने के लिए हाउ मेनी क्लस्टर्स आई एम यूजिंग? तो आई विल सी द इंफॉर्मेशन गेन ओनली। देखो क्लस्टर एक ही क्लस्टर था तो क्या इंफॉर्मेशन है मेरे पास? अरे फिर इन्फॉर्मेशन ही कहाँ है? सारे डेटा को मैं ये कह रहा हूँ सब लोग एक ही क्लस्टर है, सारे कस्टमर एक जैसे हैं, सारे फ्लावर एक जैसे हैं। देयर इज नो इन्फॉर्मेशन, जीरो। बिटवीन एसएस एक क्लस्टर का एक क्लस्टर से डिस्टेंस कितना हुआ? जीरो। जैसे ही हमने 2 क्लस्टर बनाए, नाउ देयर इज इन्फॉर्मेशन, इट इज एबल टू सेग्रीगेट थिंग्स। जब हमने 3 क्लस्टर बनाए, अगेन इन्फॉर्मेशन गेन। After that you see that it is pretty much flat. It is tending to 1 की तरफ जा रहा है, but information gain is very very negligible. नया क्लस्टर लाने से कोई नया इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिल रहा है। That means information already आ चुका है। Now you are subdividing, now you are further unnecessarily dividing a cluster into subclusters. जिनका बिहेवियर मोर और लेस सेम था, बट जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर कीपिंग ऑन डिवाइडिंग, देयर इज नो सिग्निफिकेंट इंफॉर्मेशन। क्लैरिटी, इन सब बातों पे क्लैरिटी है? कोड कहाँ तक मिल गया है आप लोगों को? जी ऑन पॉइंट है, ठीक है। जी प्लॉट तक। तो नाउ अभी तक हमें ये नहीं देख रहे थे दैट हाउ टू चूज अ वैल्यू ऑफ के, सो यू कैन चूज एल्बो मेथड। एल्बो मेथड कोई सा भी हो सकता है। आई प्रेफर बिटवीन एसेस देन विद इन एसेस। वहां पर आप विद इन एसेस से बना रहे थे तो ये उल्टा आ रहा था। तो आपको मालूम है वहां फंडा क्या है? विद इन एसेस में फंडामेंटल क्या होता है? विद इन एसेस टेक्स इनटू अकाउंट कि इफ आई एम क्रिएटिंग n क्लस्टर्स यहां पर, तो इंटेंशन क्या होगी मेरी कि 3 क्लस्टर ऐसे बने। सपोज आई एम क्रिएटिंग 3 क्लस्टर्स, तो मेरी इंटेंशन क्या होगी, इन क्लस्टर्स के बीच में इनका जो भी डिस्टेंस आ रहा है सेंट्रॉइड से, विद इन क्लस्टर की बात कर रहा हूँ, एक एक क्लस्टर की बात कर रहा हूँ। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑल द क्लस्टर्स। सपोज आई चूज दिस क्लस्टर और इस क्लस्टर का सेंट्रॉइड है से यहाँ पर, तो अब हम क्या कह रहे हैं, इस क्लस्टर से ये जो सारे डेटा पॉइंट्स का अगर मैं डिस्टेंस देख लूँ इसके सेंट्रॉइड से, तो ये जितना कम हो उतना अच्छा है। यस और नो? यस और नो? So that is the fundamental of within clusters. So as number of clusters rise, suppose I take this cluster, I take entire all everything in one cluster, तो क्या होने वाला है विद इन एसेस? बहुत हाई होगा। यस और नो? अगर मैं सबको बोलूँ कि ये तो एक ही क्लस्टर है, तो इसका सेंट्रॉइड कहीं यहाँ पर होगा और मेरे डेटा पॉइंट यहाँ से ऐसे ऐसे मेजर करना शुरू करते हैं, ये बहुत हाई जाने वाला है। जैसे ही मैं क्लस्टर नंबर 3 पे पहुंचूंगा तो क्या होने वाला है, व्हाट विल हैपन, there will be one cluster this, one will be this, one will be this. So there will be WSS1, WSS2, WSS3। इन तीनों सेंट्रॉइड से इन तीनों क्लस्टर्स के डेटा पॉइंट्स का डिस्टेंस कितना कितना हुआ। आई विल बी हैविंग दीज 3 WSS एंड इफ आई सम दैट अप इट शुड फॉल, डिक्रीज हो जाएगा सिग्निफिकेंटली। सो पाइथन में आप वो वाला एल्बो देखते थे, दैट हाउ रैपिडली within SS is falling with number of clusters increasing. Okay, makes sense? Both are good methods. Okay, where should I proceed? If so far it is clear. Any question? No question. चलो अच्छा है। Go to your driving. Go to your driving, and there is a CSV file there now. Online retail. Download it.
सर ऑनलाइन डिटेल वाली फाइल।
हाँ जी, ऑनलाइन डिटेल करके एक फाइल है, वो डाउनलोड कर लीजिए। So this one is a typical problem of customer segmentation. We also call it RFM analysis. Clean environment, clean history. Free up some memory. डेटा सेट लोड कर लीजिए। अभी तुम्हारे स्टाइल में कर रहा हूँ मैं। आई एम अटैचिंग सम पैकेजेस व्हिच आई विल रिक्वायर। जैसे पाइथन में एक ही सांस में कर देते थे आप लोग। इंपोर्ट कर लीजिए डेटा सेट। लेट्स कॉल इट रिटेल। read .csv, read underscore csv, whichever you want. अच्छा हाँ यार, don't forget to set working directory. Importing this data set और देखने में कुछ ऐसा लगता है. It is data set of some 4 lakh rows. क्या क्या देख रहे हैं? There were some orders, उनका invoice number क्या था? उस invoice number में there are stock codes. They have given some stock code kind of thing to each product. कि वो product कौन सा खरीदा है customer ने, so they are calling it a stock code. So yeah, in each order there can be multiple items. As it happens, here it is the case. In the same invoice number, there are several stock codes coming in. We are mentioning the quantity, how much. Yeah, how much of this quantity was purchased. Invoice date. Now date is not just date, it is date and time. Timestamp basically. So it is again, as the name suggests, online retail. So it is very common. In online invoices, you can track exactly up to the precision of minutes and seconds when this invoice was raised. So the quantity of the product, then there is unit price, that what is the unit price of this product. The customer ID says customer, the customer who raised this product. So these are the 6 variables which are available, and we have 4 lakh rows. Massive data. And I want to segment these customers. I want to see the behavioral difference in these customers. What is your idea? Go ahead. What do you want to try? क्या करना चाहोगे अभी? Think about it. Depending upon their behavior, whatever behavior, I don't know yet. Depending upon the behavior of these customers, in some terms from this data provided, if I am able to cluster them in a reasonable number of clusters, हाँ जी, तो हो गया cluster, हो गया segmentation. Yes or no? If I am able to create 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 clusters of these customers, and I know that I have taken into account some attributes, some behavioral attributes, तो हो गया ना segmentation. अब वो behavioral difference क्या है, that we can study later on, and depending upon what is the behavioral difference, we can take into account several things. We can maybe target these customers according to their behavior. How to go about it? What to do? What do you want to do? क्या करना चाहिए? Next, what to do next? Anybody got any idea? Guys, what is happening? Please tell me. Why are you not responding? Are you bored? Is it getting confusing? कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो वो बताइए, फिर पहले वो एड्रेस करते हैं. Shivali, bivariate analysis. Bivariate. Bivariate means two variables. Which two? There is no target variable here. Who against whom? हाँ चलो, फैंटास्टिक. वन गुड आइडिया इज, लेट्स डू सम ईडी. वो तो कर ही लें कम से कम. मिसिंग वैल्यूज, डुप्लीकेसी, अपर केस लोअर केस, ये सब तो ले ही लें अकाउंट में. यस और नो? लेकिन पंकज, आउटलायर्स, मधु, स्केलिंग किसका? whom do you want to scale? Whom do you want to check for outliers? Customer ID, quantity, price, what? बेसिक आइडिया मान लिया तुम्हारा. लेट्स create general anomalies. You know how to do that? कर लीजिए. कर लीजिए. Number one is, if something is character, convert it to uppercase से. सही बात है. सबसे पहले तो इस बात से निजात पाएं. Another thing, what I can do is, if retail is having duplicates, so verify distinct. Remove duplicate rows. One thing is taken care of. What else? Missing values. Okay, let's see columns. Let's check missing values. कुछ होगा तो करेंगे, और जहाँ होगा वहाँ करेंगे. So as it happens, there are no missing values. तो ये तो अच्छी बात है. Usually in this kind of data, you will rarely find missing values. Reason being, हाँ जी, reason being, this is data of retail sales. Somebody is selling goods online. So do you think there is a question of missing value? There can be something which they can operate upon without even knowing that. Yes or no? Getting my point? Missing values का problem usually नहीं मिलेगा ऐसे data में. However, we checked and it is not there. Yeah, they know which product they are selling. They know the customer whom they are selling to. They know the unit price. They know the quantity. So there is no point of missing value. Usually, it doesn't happen in this kind of data. Hanji, what else? Now what? Grouping based on customer ID. Now you are thinking in right direction. देखिए, we are trying to segment these customers. Yes or no? So I can see, I should check attributes according to each customer. Yes or no? I should have some attributes for each customer, that this customer purchased this item, this customer spent this much money, this customer had something getting my point? I have to create some attributes according to each customer, and basis that I can segment these customers. Now what should be these attributes? According to what attributes should I segment these customers? Shivali, let's group by according to the categories of customer ID. I should group by according to customers. What should I summarize upon? Summary में क्या देख लूं? Quantity or price. Okay. What else? Count of invoices. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. How many orders a customer has placed? We can see that. What else? Date. What will date give, Pankaj? What should I analyze according to date?
So like the frequency of on which time or which particular date, or kind of like weekends or weekdays.
Okay, okay, very fine, very fine. हाँ सही बात है. I think again very reasonable thing. Let's see a pattern whether this customer is placing on orders on weekends or in a particular on a particular day or a particular month. Makes sense. What else? Anybody got any idea? Just give me a moment, guys. Hello. Yeah, good noon, Damini. I'm good. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, resuming again guys. हाँ जी, हम कुछ सोच रहे थे कि क्या कर लेना चाहिए अभी. The problem which occurs is that there are so many things which we can do. कुछ चीज़ें आप लोगों ने बता ही दी हैं. Yes, we can see price, we can see dates, we can see count of order. और कुछ आइडिया ना आ रहा हो तो मैं बता देता हूँ. Can we see the products purchased? Yes, we can see the products purchased. Anything else we can see? We have dates. So जैसा पंकज ने बोला, we can see months, we can see day, we can see week or weekend, we can see a number of things. We have time. We can see morning, evening, late evening. We can see that kind of things. We can see number of invoices, how many number of orders. We can see number of items per invoice. Yes or no? Even that we can see. Now there is problem. You know what is the problem? I can see n number of things, and this is a small data set in terms of columns. I have ample number of rows, but columns are limited. What if I have this customer ID? So you remember? Maybe you remember from your SQL module. I can have n number of data sets. I can take this customer ID, I can join it with customer data table, and I will get customer age, customer gender, customer address. Yes or no? ये सब डेटा भी तो कहीं ना कहीं होगा इनके पास. Yes or no? फिलहाल नहीं है. For now I don't have any means, but I will be maybe I have somewhere else. I have a dimension table. I can join this table on a primary key foreign key pair, and yeah, I can do a number of things then. Now think about it. क्या यही चलता रहेगा? If I do it this way, I will end up with n number of attributes according to each customer ID. That's where comes in RFM analysis. Heard of this name? Anybody heard of this name? ये नाम सुना है पहले? BLR people, NCR people, not heard of RMF analysis, RFM. देखिए, what we are trying to do is, as you know the algorithm, I am going to use k-means clustering, which is by far the strongest workhorse when it comes to customer segmentation. So this is by far the most popular method for customer segmentation. The drawback is it is geometry based. Now think about it. I can create n number of attributes. That means I will end up with n dimensions in that imaginary geometry. Yes or no? More the dimensions, more complex it is going to be. I think even that is very clear. जितने ज़्यादा एट्रीब्यूट मैं क्रिएट करता जाऊंगा, that geometry will keep on getting complex and complex and complex. More the attributes I create, more the chances that I am adding up unnecessary variables, unnecessary dimensions to that geometry. Yes or no? So depending upon from the knowledge of retail businesses, the experts came up with this term RFM analysis. We are calling it RFM. We are saying we will not create n number of dimensions. We will create only the most important dimensions and be done with this. we will only create most important dimensions, which are most important in the sense most important according to retail business. We will create those attributes only which are most important for an online retail business, and we will cluster these customers according to that. We will segment them according to only those important variables, and then we will see their behavior, what is the difference in behavior, and we'll be done with this. Now, what are these most important variables? What are these most important? हाँ जी, रिटेल बिजनेस में what is most important thing? RFM. RFM क्या मतलब हुआ RFM का? R stands for recency. हाँ जी, क्या होता है recency? Maybe you have not experienced that, but if you will ask your mom and dad, specifically mom, you will find out. वो कोने की दुकान वाले लाला जी, वो क्या कहते हैं? बहन जी बहुत दिन हो गया आए नहीं आप. Yes or no? What Lalaji is worried about? The recency of your orders. Have you found out a competitor? ऐसा तो नहीं हो गया? Yes or no? Recency seems important, people. So let's calculate how recent this customer was according to our data set. So I have dates. But if I check a structure, the dates are not in proper format. The dates are mentioned as character. Character are added. Date and time. So how do I correct that? Let's convert it to date. And if I check a structure again, I get to see it is now in date format. कहाँ तक का कोड भेज चुके हैं हम? Do you want to code along or should I continue? There in the chat box in case you want to code along. रन कर लीजिए, रन कर लीजिए और जल्दी से रन कर लीजिए. बताइए मेरे को in chunks में, among these chunks which we have run so far, is there any question? Loading the packages, importing the data set, understanding, try to understand data, some basic data cleaning. And now we start off with clustering. We want to prepare our data for clustering. So one thing which I am very much interested in checking is recency. How recent this customer was. So recency कैसा पता चलेगी? डेट से पता चलेगी कि कितना लास्ट किस डेट पे आया है वो कस्टमर. हाउ रिसेंट दिस कस्टमर वॉज ऑन आवर पोर्टल इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ ऑर्डर प्लेस्ड. उसने कौन सा प्रोडक्ट खरीदा, कितने का खरीदा, मैं उन सब की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ अभी. आई एम जस्ट इंटरेस्टेड इन नोइंग हाउ रिसेंट. सो लेटेस्ट डेट. So I have converted that character date into date. The function is as date, and I am choosing MDY. This stands for month, day and year. इसी syntax में है आपकी date, hour and minute. There is no seconds. So this is the format to mention that character में जो date लिखी हुई है वो इस order में लिखी हुई है. These are the separators, and this means this, and I have converted it to as date. So now I have dates. Data type is date, and when it is date, R को कैसे समझ आता है? वैसे ही जैसे SQL और Python को समझ आता है. YY MM DD. It has ignored time because I have converted it to date. I could have converted it to date time also. Remember POSIX city? If I convert it into as POSIX city, so it will convert it into date time, times time. Happening guys? रन कर लिया कोड आप लोगों ने? People, am I audible? Have you run the code?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Any question, any problem? Any question? No question? Here I have converted it to date and I have ignored time. I could have fetched time also. I have ignored time because see when it comes to recency, especially in these cases like retail business, तो देखो हर घंटे पे हर मिनट पे इनवॉइस चेक करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Yes or no? A customer will not come to my portal every day or every hour. If I have differences in days, then how many days? That makes sense. Or even maybe weeks or months, it can go up to that. If I am checking how many hours it had been, I don't think any sense of that. Yes or no? I can't think of any utility if I measure my differences in hours. So यहाँ तक हो गया, यहाँ तक की बात ठीक हुई. हाँ जी, how should I notice that how frequent, not frequent, how recent this customer was on my portal? कैसे पता चलेगा? नो आइडिया। देखो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, आई एम क्रिएटिंग अ कॉलम डेज अगो, हाउ मेनी डेज अगो दिस ऑर्डर वाज प्लेस्ड for each row of this retail data set. There are several invoices, several customers, and you know invoices are repeating because there are n number of, लेकिन invoice तो किसी एक डेट को ही रेज हुआ होगा. I am saying max date of this data set, that is the latest date. जिसने भी जो ऑर्डर लिखा प्लेस किया होगा, there cannot be a bigger invoice date. Higher the value of invoice date means later it is. So I am, from the latest date of this data set, I am subtracting every invoice date of each row. Make sense? What will happen if I run it? Your data set will look something like this. For every invoice, you see what is happening? In this data set, whatever was the latest date, it has seen the difference of this date from that max date. How many days ago? 373, 373. So this is giving me difference in number of days. It would have been date difference, but I have converted it to as integer. So I have days ago, how many days ago from the latest date this order was placed. Make sense? So far so good? There in the chat box. यहाँ तक ठीक है. Tell me quickly, people. I will move along. I will go ahead. You getting the idea? So I have a days ago column.
Yes, sir.
How many days ago this order was placed? And now I am coming down to recency. I am checking recency how. किस चीज को बोल रहे हैं हम recency? I am creating a new variable recency, which is grouped by this retail data frame according to customer ID. ये तो हमने पहले ही सोचा था. We will group by according to customer ID. So I will have some value for each customer ID, and I will summarize on. I am calling it recency. Now think about it. What will be the recency? For each customer ID, how much recent this customer was. If I calculate minimum days ago, yes or no, so I will get how much recent it was. How many days ago this customer came to me. Yes or no? So this is again also in the chat box. And if I see recency, I get to see there are 4,000 customers, 4,000 something customers here, and the other variable is recency. So I get to see this customer was this customer last visited our portal 325 days ago. This customer just visited us 2 days ago. 310, 36, 200, something something. And I have how many days ago each customer was on our portal, placed an order, not just for window shopping, actually placed order. So these were the customers and these were their recency. Nice, nice and easy. यहाँ तक ठीक है? हाँ जी, what else? और क्या करना चाहिए? So this was R of RFM analysis. Next comes is F. Now what is F? F stands for frequency. Yes, the two things are different. Recency means हमारे पास कितने दिन पहले आया. अब मेरे को सिर्फ इस बात से मतलब है how many days this customer was last visiting our portal to place some order. Frequency means how much frequent this customer is. How much frequent this customer is. So it is that straightforward. Frequency. So they are in the chat box. रन कर लीजिए. कुछ कन्फ्यूजन लगे तो बताना मेरे को. जस्ट गिव मी अ मोमेंट. रन कर लीजिए एक बार. डन विद दिस. कोई कन्फ्यूजन इसमें? फ्रीक्वेंसी में हम क्या देख रहे हैं? अगेन ग्रुपिंग बाय कस्टमर आईडी. ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू ग्रुप बाय. And I am seeing summarizing on frequency. I am calling it. What I am counting? I am counting distinct number of invoices. How many unique invoices this customer has raised. उसी से पता चलेगा ना कितने ऑर्डर किए हैं. Now I am not worried about how recent it was, how old it was. I am not worried about how many items this customer placed. Yes or no? Frequency तो इसी से पता चलेगी ना. How frequent this customer places orders. Hope makes sense. Let's run this. If I check summary, so there are some customers who have only placed one. There are customers who have placed orders as high as 248. Huge amount. Very high number. So this is frequency for you people. So RFM R for recency, F for frequency. What is N? Coming to last but not the least, M. What is M? हाँ जी, मनी भाई, पैसा, धेला, रोकड़ा, whatever you want to call it. ठीक है. So how do I calculate monetary weight of each customer? We are calling it monetary value or monetary weight. So that is M. अब हम देखना तो परचेजिंग पावर कैसे देखेंगे? How we can see the purchasing power of each customer? What can contribute there? एक तो मेरे को अमाउंट पता होना चाहिए. So in each row I have provided quantity, in each row I am provided unit price. So I get to know what is the amount for each product purchased. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये भी? आई थिंक नो क्वेश्चन. इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा किसी को? आई डोंट थिंक सो. So amount calculate कर लिया. Now what I am doing, I am calling it monetary weight. Again grouping by customer ID. और टोटल अमाउंट देख ले रहे हैं हर कस्टमर ने कितना टोटल अमाउंट. स्पेंड किया है. तो सम ऑफ अमाउंट. We can check summary of this monetary weight, and it shows me something like this. In the chat box. ठीक है जी, समझ आ रहा है ये सब? चलता रहो ना, अभी समझ आ रहा है? विथ मी एवरीबॉडी? अरे हो कि निपट गए हो? अच्छा हो, ठीक है। Now, further there in the chat box, don't try to type in. I will keep on explaining. The highlighted one on my screen. क्या कर रहे हैं? I am creating the RFM dataset. I am bringing all these attributes together. So you know R bind, C bind, these things could have been done. I am merging straightforward. Let's merge recency and frequency and create RFM. And whatever RFM we got from this merging, I am merging that RFM with monetary value also. Every time it will be merged upon customer ID because that is the common column there. And when I do this, I end up with RFM, this kind of data set. So there is RFM data frame, which has customer ID, recency, frequency, monetary rate. So RFM are together here. So now I have all the important variables, all the important attributes which were required for online detailed segmentation. Let's go ahead. Now what next? Getting my point? Now I am not worried about all the other data set. बाकी डेटा जाए, मेरे को मतलब नहीं है. Now I have 4,000 customers and I have 3 attributes which we considered are the most important attributes for this kind of segmentation. And depending upon these 3 attributes, we are going to segment these customers into some k number of clusters. I don't know what is k yet. Voice cracking, guys, can you please tell me, is my audio clear? Pankaj, set your chat box to. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Just give me a minute. Guys, can you please confirm? Is my audio any better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think यहाँ तक clear है सब कुछ चीज़. I got the most important attributes which I wanted to segment upon. RFM. So let's go ahead. Now what next? First things I notice. One thing which I notice is these are on very different scales. So it is going to glitch. सबसे पहले तो यही ठीक कर लें. So scale the columns. So you know what I'm doing here. Barring the first column which is customer ID, उसको scale करके तो क्या मिलेगा? We don't need to scale that. It has nothing to do with the scaling. Other 3 I can scale. So I have scaled them. So now my data is on one common scale. What else? What else after scaling? हाँ जी, अरे बोलो. Remember outliers? Outliers may still be a problem. So checking outlier in, okay, first of all, let's check in recency. And what do we see? फिलहाल मेरी स्क्रीन पे देख लो, बाद में करते रहना. हाँ जी, आउटलायर है क्या? So it doesn't seem like anything is outlier in when it comes to recency. Very fine. So no outliers. Coming down to frequency. And we get to see this in frequency. What's happening? Yeah, we see 1 percentile outliers on the upper side. 100 percentile is outlier, definitely. So let's cap this on 99th percentile. 99th percentiles happens to be, देख लो, Z score varies between plus and minus 4. 100th percentile is going up to 26. Certainly outlier. So we'll cap it on this value, 3.3, whatever Z score this is. So capped frequency. Frequency का capping हो गया. Third is amount. अभी कोड करने का क्वेश्चन है, don't worry, I will send the code. Next is amount. And if I run for outlier on amount,
सर ये वाला एरर बता देना क्योंकि मैंने फेस किया था वाइल लिम वाला.
अरे वेरिएबल नेम चेंज किया है ना मैंने, इसलिए आ रहा है. In monetary weight, what happens? Again, we happen to see outliers. 100th percentile is outlier, clear cut. So we will cap this. We will cap it on 99th percentile, which happens to be this 18657 something something. So I think our data is ready for clustering henceforth. यहाँ तक हमारा डेटा आ चुका है. And now our data looks something like this. दोबारा रन करके अगर मैं देखने लगूँ, so recency did not have any outlier, so as it is. Frequency I have treated outlier. If I see again, I get to see this. What do you say? Oh, again outlier? Is it so? Remember, we don't treat outliers time and again. You remember that? So we treated outlier. Now I can see outlier because the original outlier is gone. Otherwise, I was not able to locate them as outliers. So we don't treat it again and again. Same goes for monetary weight. If I check again, I will again see outliers. No, now I don't treat them. I will not keep on treating them time and again. So now I am done with data cleaning. Now I think we are ready enough to go for clustering. Let's cluster. Hanji, how many K? How many K? If I try to implement K means K is equal to 3. Why? Now comes the real problem. I have no other way to hit and try. तो या तो मैं hit and try करके देखूं K is equal to 3, फिर K is equal to 4, K is equal to 5 and let's see. Or maybe we have learned that we can find optimum value of K by a method which we know shows us an elbow. Right? So what I am trying to do is running a for loop. और क्या कर रहा है for loop? वही कर रहा है जो हमेशा करते हैं. I am calling it RSQ this time. Again, it will contain 0, 0, 0 up to 20 times. I am trying 20 clusters. I will try 1 to 20. Let's call it cluster K. RFM -1 because I don't need customer ID there. Centers is equal to number. Number is going to vary in 1 to 20. And start 50, I term as 50. So that you know already. And well, cluster K between SS divided by total SS. I will get these values. This time it is going to take some time. मालूम है क्यों? This time it took some time because yes, now you have so many number of rows. No, it is not 4 lakh. You are using RFM data frame. It is 4,000 customers. Arey, Madhu, now we are not worried about original data. That was the whole idea, no? That was the big idea. I cannot do anything with those 4 lakh rows. I can do something if I have this RFM data set of these 4,000 customers, okay? So I ran this, it took some time, but eventually it concludes. And then I try to see the plot of this RSQ. Type is equal to L, I am using this time, or maybe O you can use. And it is giving me this kind of graph. And now what do you see? What do you see? What is the optimum value of K? Optimal value of K? How many clusters I should create in this data set? But this much is pretty straightforward. इतने cluster बनाने से there is no value addition. This much I am sure of, right? This is pretty flat. On the other hand, this is also pretty steep, so I can be very sure that यहाँ तक तो मेरे को जाना ही जाना चाहिए. Now I have 2 clusters which I can try. Cluster I can try 3 or 4. और मे बी 5, ये भी हो सकता है. There is a little bit of value addition if I increase my clusters to 5. Now which one? 3 or 4 or 5? हाँ जी. Now what? I deliberately took this kind of problem so that you can see it firsthand. Now is the problem. I cannot choose whether 3 or 4 or 5 because elbow method is not very accurate. When there is very less amount of data, well, elbow method gives you a very clear picture. Like in Iris, we could see that. We could straightforward see that I have to choose 3 clusters. Now there is a huge amount of data, and there will be similar pattern with some differences. So with increase in number of clusters, there is not very significant value addition, but there is some value addition. हो भी रहा है, नहीं भी हो रहा. So this becomes the gray area. Now which one to choose? Which one to choose? The good part, the excellent part. You know what is the excellent thing? That's the issue with elbow method, but there is something good about it. At least it has saved you from hitting and trying from 0 to 1, 0 to 20. Yes or no? Yes or no? You don't have to see 2 clusters, you don't have to see 20 clusters, you don't have to see 10 clusters. Come se come, it has saved you from a very hard work, that unnecessary job. Now you have there is some gray area where there are 2, 3 values, 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, we can hit and try exactly Shivali. At least that I can do. Let's try with 3 and 4 and 5 and let's see where I see maximum behavioral difference. So the code which I ran so far is on your drive link. You will complete this code. You will try to explore the behavior difference. Divide them into clusters, 3 clusters, 4 clusters, 5 clusters, and then there is no value addition after that. ठीक है? तो ट्राई करेंगे and try to create an explanation that where you were able to do it best. तो आज के लिए होमवर्क वही है बस. प्रोजेक्ट अभी नहीं छड़ेंगे, कल देखते हैं. बट प्लीज डू दैट. करिए जरूर यार. आप लोग आके बैठ जाते हो टाइम एंड अगेन विदाउट एनी प्रैक्टिस, विदाउट डूइंग एनीथिंग बाय योरसेल्फ, and it becomes a vicious circle. I am giving you the problem, I myself am solving it the next day. Where is the fun in that? You don't learn that way. ठीक है? With this we come to end of your curriculum officially. Tomorrow can be a rebutting session where I can take questions from any domain, any algorithm, anything, whatever we have done in ours. Meanwhile, we will in the first half we will complete this, but it will only make sense if you try it by yourself. Fair? So complete this code. We will see tomorrow what you have done, what could have been better, and then we will open the project of this unsupervised learning module also. Any questions before we depart for today? No, Madhu, you don't have to do anything on project today. You have to complete this code, this RFM analysis today. Project on unsupervised learning, we will see tomorrow. I will open that tomorrow. Okay, very well. Seems no further question. So very well, guys. All okay then. Sounds good. Bye bye. Take care, everybody. And yes, very welcome, people. Very welcome, all of you. Thank you too. Okay, bye, all guys. Bye, all.